Successful reading this week of the International Development Gender Equality Bill. This is really, really important. So I think just a big applause and drum roll for that phenomenal fact. What it means is that women and girls will be at the centre of DFID assist and DFID support in times from now on. It's absolutely pivotal. So through Justine's leadership and that of William Hague in the Foreign Office, particularly with his commitment to addressing the issue of rape as a weapon of war, we really have made exceptional progress in terms of the UK's advocacy on and support to women's rights internationally. Much has changed in terms of gender equality since my great-grandmother Emmeline and my grandmother Sylvia were rallying the crowds over 100 years ago. And the reason we started this march here is because currently there's an exhibition of Sylvia's art at the Tate Britain opposite us there. And please do go and have a look at the exhibition. It's there till the 6th of April. And it's Sylvia's portrayal of working women. And it's her eye on the problems that working women faced in the UK. And it was used as part of her political work within the suffragette movement. Also, some of the suffragette designs are there on display. Both here and abroad, we now live in a more enabling and inclusive world. Socially, politically, and economically, in terms of institutions and cultural norms, there is a lot to celebrate. Today, in many countries, including the UK, women and girls have the freedom to be and achieve what they want to. They can lead fulfilling and multidimensional lives. The change in the gender narrative means that men can engage more meaningfully in family life, and both male and female perspectives can permeate all aspects of our daily existence in more intertwined ways than ever before. However, as I speak in very general terms of real progress, my words seem hollow somehow, because particularly in some parts of the South, for every achievement, there is an example of where progress has stalled or slipped back, where girls' and women's aspirations are still crushed simply as a consequence of their gender. It is for this reason that our job is far from done, and we must continue to support events such as this one today to stand up for our sisters, both here and abroad. Today is primarily about making linkages and connections of different kinds. So firstly, we're doing so by paying homage to those who have got us this far, particularly to the suffragettes, for their vibrancy, courage, and sheer gutsy determination. They were a force to be reckoned with at the time, and they continue to inspire today.
Mummy.
Some of us have come dressed up as suffragettes, or in their colours of purple, green and white, to keep them alive in our collective memory, to have them at our side as we continue the struggle. We have also come together under CARE's Walk in Her Shoes campaign. As the term makes it clear, this is a way of expressing our solidarity and support to the millions of women and girls across the developing world who still bear the brunt of poverty and domestic servitude. A crippling aspect of this burden is the daily task of water collection. I have worked for many years on this issue in Ethiopia and elsewhere, and continue to believe that it's a problem that has to be redressed in all countries once and for all. It's a very specific gendered shackle that should not exist in the 21st century. We are also joined by many activists campaigning on specific aspects of women's rights, both here and abroad, and by individuals who just feel strongly about feminism and want to be counted. Together, we need to keep chipping away at all these areas that need to be tackled, whilst also linking up and magnifying each other's voices through social media and events such as the walk today. Not surprisingly, given the context, there is also a very clear personal and political link in play. The personal is that we, by being here, are making individual choices, bringing along our friends and relatives, doing something out of the ordinary for a Saturday morning routine, and as ever, it is all these individual, personal acts that combine together to form a political strength, a collective voice. Now, enough of the speechifying. We need to get on with it. And in case any of you have some doubts about genetic influence, I came across a kindergarten report from when I was 2, which said, and I quote, Helen gets frustrated when things don't move. I suppose this is deeds, not words, from a 2-year-old. The job of building a more enabling and inclusive world is not yet done. So let's bring our colour and noise, our enthusiasm and our passion with us as we move forward. Let's walk, have fun, talk, sing, tweak, take selfies, fundraise, spread the message, i.e. let's multitask. Thank you.
No, I don't think she would because she's why it is that, where are the women? Why are the women not there? And it seems to me that what we have to do is we have to make it clear why it is. And so it's for that reason that I've been campaigning with people to make sure that we have a statue to Emily Wilding Davison. Because that was a woman who lost her life in order to make sure that women can vote. And I want my 17-year-olds from my constituency, I want young people when they go around Parliament and they're saying, where are the women? They bump into the statue of the Edwardian lady, and she's there right in the centre of Parliament, and she's probably shaking her fist, and she's probably trying to get into Parliament, and people, you can stop and you can say, the reason that there's no representation of women in Parliament is because they weren't allowed in. And women like this fought for you to be involved in politics, and you must be involved in politics. Politics is about power. Politics is about making the right decisions. Get involved in politics, and for heaven's sake, vote. Woo! I'd like your help, though. I mean, we are getting somewhere. We're making progress. So now the parliamentary authorities have agreed that they're going to commission a work of art which will celebrate the suffrage of women, which is great. I'm a little concerned about what that might be. I don't want it to be on the 3rd floor of Portcullis House where nobody sees it. I don't want it to be opposite the men's loos. I want it to be, you laugh, the head and shoulders of Nancy Astor used to be outside the men's loos. I want it to be in a prominent place in Parliament, and I want it to be something which will spur storytelling and spur the kind of conversations that people need to have. So if you agree with me, could you please go to the number 10 petition site? There are many mad petitions there, ignore them. But go for the Emily Wilding Davison petition and put your name to that. We're creating a website. If you could visit that in the next couple of weeks, that would be great. Next week we will be interviewing artists and commissioning someone who will be consulting. Now, she may be consulting just Parliament. We want to make sure she doesn't just consult Parliament, she consults everybody outside too. And that we come out with a clear voice and say, yes, it's about time. Let's have some proper representation of women, and let's begin with a statue to Emily Wilding Davison. Thank you.